unscrewed the 10X. Now I have to glue this one onto the back of here. There's the JB Weld, the strongest glue on earth. Now I'm gonna very gently place this on. Make sure that it is as close as possible to centered. The JB Weld is the fact that it takes forever to dry. But anyway, after it's gonna dry, then I'm gonna add this baby in, and also this thing which came in here, it's a very tight fit. I can use that to stick on the 10X. Okay, so as you can see, I glued this piece in place, and all of that is about the same height as this tube right here. Now this thing doesn't really fit in the tube, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to sand it around so that it's nice and thin and can fit down enough to be a very tight squeeze. I'm going to bench vise that in there, and then I'm going to use something else to push it in further, particularly this baby right here taken off of the 10X magnification lens. And every once in a while I'm going to check until there's just enough room. It will be approximately to that line, just enough to fit this baby in. So now we've got these two pieces. Next, we are going to have to clean this as well as possible, and I'm thinking about adding some JB Weld around here and welding it together. But before that, so this lens right here is going to go in, and then on top of that, this thing is going to go in. And this thing right here, it's a very tight fit as well. Everything is going to stay in place while we do this. So now, as you can see, this lens right here is press fitted in, and then this big lens goes on the bottom, and this creates a lens system on top the camera mount, just like that. Now I am going to have to remove this and replace it with this. This is going to create 16x magnification, and when combined with 100x, that creates the highest level of magnification that you can achieve with a light microscope without it being super blurry. What I have created here is a 2.5x demagnification setup, which when combined with this camera, which is 40x magnification built in, it will create 1600x with the 100x objective. That this stuff is all pressure fitted in, this lens, I'm going to JB Weld this in place, but first I'm going to make sure that it's very clean, unscratched, etc. Unscrewed the 10X. Now I have to glue this one onto the back of here. Now that I have successfully drilled it out, time to throw this thing in the trash. Now I'm going to add this baby once it is dry. Could take up to 24 hours, unfortunately. Cleaned off this lens very well, and now I am going to add some JB Weld and try to glue it into place. So I added some JB Weld, and I also added some tape to make sure that the lens doesn't fall out of place while the JB Weld is drying, since it takes 24 hours, which is a really long time, and it'll be undoable pretty much once this is dry. But yeah. Okay, now let's remove the tape. It's been approx 12 hours. JB Weld takes 24 hours to fully solidify. However, after 12 hours, it is definitely very hard. Like around as hard as super glue. Still have to be a little gentle with the microscope. However, I could test it out now. Today's sample, also it's a smart idea to test it out first before the JB Weld completely solidifies, because at this point If it's pretty bad, I can still probably undo it if I really want, with minimal damage to the pieces. Today's sample is a pine cone, female. Yeah, so let's check it out under the scope. I accidentally left this plugged in for too long and it overheated. So now it's going to take a while before I can run it again. Actually, I'm just going to run it right now real quick just to show you guys. Okay, so for some reason, it only really works if I hold this up. Let me get a good focus on that. I think it is because this thing like kind of scooches down. Oh, actually, never mind. It's working fine. Yeah. Unfortunately, there are a few like grayish looking bumps. So I think that I used too much JB. Well, I might have gotten it on the inside crystal. That's my theory. However, I think I can probably fix it later. I'm not too worried about it. Trying to adjust the lighting. So hope you enjoyed and see you in the next video. The reason I'm not going to do it right now is because to take it apart you need these Allen keys, and I don't have an Allen key of the right size. Like inside of there you can take the top off and stuff using Allen keys, so yeah.